Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of our NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode and the final ever episode of the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode here on the channel. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we have an opportunity to win our second consecutive NASCAR Cup Series championship to end off this season in the brightest way possible in the Target Flames colors for the final time ever here as we take on Kansas Speedway. We come into this finale with only two realistic drivers with a chance at a championship. That's myself with the lead, and that's Ty Gibbs in second, who is 15 points behind coming into today's race. Connor Zilish, he's back by 29 points, and Kyle Larson, it's not been a great Final Four for him as well. He is at the bottom of the Final Four. He is 37 points out. So things are pretty straightforward in terms of our chances of a championship. If we just kind of keep Ty Gibbs close by, we are going to win this championship. So 15 points gives us a decent buffer to work with coming into today's episode. Now as you can see me here in practice kind of getting up to speed, ripping the wall, because I know that's going to be the fastest way around this track for myself. Kansas is one of my weaker mile and a half, so it's not like we come in here with a 15-point margin and have a guaranteed locked-up championship. Like if we maybe went to like a Las Vegas or something, or a Homestead Miami, I would feel really confident, but it's not going to be easy. I mean, last season we entered this race with a larger margin over Alex Bowman, and he still nearly won the championship until a late fumble from that 18 team on strategy. As we focus in on, well, you see the end of our practice right there, what our times were, our fifth lap being the slowest lap as we come through into qualifying, the final ever qualifying lap we're going to run in this career mode now as we go on board. Next Level Racing on board camera here for our final qualifying of this series. As you guys know, we are partnered with Next Level Racing. Use code GOIN5 for a 5% discount on all Next Level Racing products. Description with the link for the referral down below in the description. Now as we roll through into 3 and 4 for the final time here, ripping up towards the outside while leaving some comfortable room to make sure I don't push the edge a little bit too much as we exit turn 4 with a goal of a 31.454. It's going to be a 31.146. And that puts us P16. Would not be surprised if I am the worst of the final four in terms of qualifying. Looking around us, waiting. There's Gibbs right there outside of the top 10. Kyle Larson on pole. Connor Zilish in fourth. So they are the best two. And Ty Gibbs is in P11. So he's starting kind of right where I want him to be. You know, he's only a few rows in front of me. So that already gives me a bit more confidence going into this race. Now, as you see the rest of your qualifying order on your screen there, Chandler Smith, Retzlaff, Gray, Haley, Cindric, Perez, all down at the bottom of the grid. We did have Truck Series as well as the Amazon Prime Series, of course, in action this weekend. Truck Series, it was Daniel Hemrick winning the race over Tanner Gray, as you see the rest of the order scroll through your screen right there. So a couple of championships to be determined. I'll be honest, I haven't really kept up with these series, but I wanted to keep them for lore purposes, so I don't really know who the champion is. But John Hunter Nemechek wins the race here in, of course, Kansas for the Amazon Prime Series. Now, as he continues to succeed in that Prime Series after, of course, getting demoted from the Cup Series. But now it's time. It's the Cup Series Under the Lights season finale, series finale here as we get ready to determine a NASCAR Cup Series champion. Ty Gibbs and myself, the only two realistic threats to win this title, and we're both going for our second championship. Now, right now, of course, Kyle Larson looking for his third, Connor Zilish looking for his first, but those two are realistically out unless something catastrophic happens to both myself and the 54 in the first stage, and that's just not going to happen. So we are going to have a two-driver showdown here, just like last season. Now, myself or Ty Gibbs. Who do you have? Well, the answer is about to come your way here as we get ready to take the green flag. We're racing for the season finale and series finale here from Kansas Speedway. Now, Kyle Larson, William Byron lead the field down into turn number 1 as we kick off this finale from Kansas Speedway. Just behind the number number 1 Trackhouse Honda Civic driver of Tyler Reddick. He's had a very solid first season with this Trackhouse Racing team. As we head down this back straightaway on this opening lap, up ahead you see the likes of Eric Jones and the number 34 Joey Logano and the Powerade Ford Mustang there. Nick Sanchez up here on the conversation. Not surprised to see Sanchez up here. He had some decent speed in practice when I was around him, as we got 27 laps of racing here in stage number 1. Gibbs right there in the middle going backwards early on. That's an even better sign for us. We might actually be cruising to a championship if that 54 is lacking some speed now, as he's 3 wide in the middle. Do I dare make it 4 on the exit of turn 2? Couldn't quite get the momentum, and now we're already passing the 54 of Ty Gibbs. Lacking speed, it appears, in that 54 in the early laps of this race. Chase Elliott out in front now after, of course, what a season it's been for him. Early elimination in the playoffs, his final race with Hendrick Motorsports before he starts his own team next season. Going to be curious to see what he is able to do going on into the future now, as we continue side by side with the 26 in the 54. But as we come through to lap 3, approaching lap 4, I might have been wrong about the 54, because Ty Gibbs passes me on the inside, and all of a sudden it looks like he's kind of ripping here. So I might have been wrong about this 54, but how about Nick Sanchez actually getting to the inside of Ty Gibbs right there on the exit of turn 2, as we're battling with the likes of our teammate of Carson Hocevar and others. But now again, Gibbs kind of fading back here, so maybe it's kind of hard to tell if he's just getting caught up in traffic. But I mean, he goes 3 wide to the outside of Joey Logano. I'm going to follow this 54 here and try to just kind of, like I said, the goal of today's race is really just keep that 54 close. But now look at him, 3 wide to the top, making passes. Okay, yep, that 54, they are not lacking speed. They came to fight, and they've got a good car. I can tell by some of these moves right here over the last lap or so. So this is going to be a proper championship fight, because I could kind of tell in this last lap and a half or so, I think that 54 has got a better car than myself. And look at him now going forward on the inside. He is actually into the top 10 at this point, as I continue to find about 13th to 14th position. Now, of course, only lap 7. We've still got over 20 laps of racing to go in stage 1. Caution out for the first time in this season finale. Elliott out in front over Byron Blaney, who's still winless on the season. As you see, it looks like Bubba Wallace actually has brought out the caution in the Andretti number 28 there, and sure enough, it was him. As you can see through the tri-oval, tire goes down, spinning he goes, and the caution comes out. The 2 of Gilliland getting a big hit there as well, as it will all stay out and get ready to go green here for this restart now, and find ourselves on the inside line. Ty Gibbs had driven up into 8th as we're P13, so clearly some work to do, and obviously, I mean, at the bare minimum, we need to be top 10 here now. 18 laps to go. We can not make it to the end of the stage from where we are, so we are going to have to pit here, be that under caution or under green. The outside lane does not take off, and look at this, we're now to the left rear of the Monster Energy 54, now side by side with our championship rival now down this back straightaway. Thought about taking it 3 wide into turn 3. We're going to act on it now, but just don't have the momentum now, as Elliott still leads now. Second position belongs to our teammate of Connor Zilish. As we exit turn 4, Gibbs is going to get clear down this front straightaway. We'll settle in behind this number 54 here. So many beautiful paint schemes that you're seeing on this racetrack, and obviously want to take this as an opportunity to say a huge shout out, a huge thank you to the career mode painters that stuck around and made this series what it was, and Cachinero and Sanok, Koop Designs. I mean, there's so many. Ar-Telcontar, Tyler Tinsley. I'm going to miss some names, of course, because there's been so many people involved in it. DMoney Designs, Paj Designs. I'm so thankful for their continued support in making this series, you know, what it has become over these last few years. I know Jarrett Designs as well. Did I mention Lation? So all those guys, I mean, just a huge shout out to all those guys right there. It's just been an incredible ride to this point. And of course, I want to thank you guys for the support of this series, because this series could have been dead after a season. The only reason I kept it going was because the support was there, and that's how I always treat a series. If the support is there, the series sticks around. If you guys aren't really vibing with it, if you don't really care for it, the series, you know, it doesn't stick around. I move on at that point. So nonetheless, I mean, we are coming up on 10 laps to go here in stage 1, and we're still with the 54 of Ty Gibbs. So that's a big positive sign early on, as we're actually in a bit of a battle here with him, and the 17 of Chris Buescher, the 48 of Raja Karut there just behind us. Jesse Love as well coming up behind us, and Jesse Love just picked up a win last episode in Bristol, his 3rd win in his his first season with Joe Gibbs Racing, of course, his third season overall. He just barely missed making it into the Final Four. What a story it would have been if he could have made it now, as myself and Gibbs actually both ripping the top, and we're kind of working together, oddly enough, as we've got the 48 driving past us all, and we're coming up on green flag pit stops as well, so that's about to really make things interesting here. And as you can see, as we exit turn 2, that 54, I mean, honestly, I think Gibbs is a lot faster than what we're seeing right now. It's just the fact that he's committing to the top for whatever reason, and right now the top lane for the AI is never really the fastest now, as we are approaching just 7 laps to go at this point. Here we go, pit stops kicking off on the end of lap 21, and myself, Ty Gibbs, Jesse Love, we all stay out, and I mean, not necessarily a surprise that a Joe Gibbs teammate of Gibbs is going to stay out with him here, almost like a security buffer right there between myself and my championship rival now, but I'm not really too worried right now with how things are going. We got the 54 right where we need him as we exit turn 4, coming into the pits ourselves now as well, and we'll get into the pits, and we're also going to make some adjustments now because the wedge, I mean, the car was just tight, so making the pretty big swing here to go down to 49.7 from a 50 flat, and we'll come in and get the right side good gears off, and then put those on, left side's on. It's going to be a 15.2 second pit stop. We're going to come out behind the 54, but we do get out in front, comfortably in front of the 81. Jesse Love, slow pit stop there, as through goes Ryan Blaney to the lead of this race. He has not won this season now. We've talked about it already now, as here comes Kyle Larson, William Byron, Chase Elliott as well. 300 cars running right there together, and myself and Ty Gibbs are going to be P5 and P6. So we've got ourselves very close together as we come up on the final few laps, and honestly, I feel like we've won out pretty big. Both myself and Gibbs have won out by staying out an extra lap. We have gotten ourselves away from the likes of the 48 and the 17 as well. I'm pretty happy about that because it just gives us that kind of freedom to kind of try to run down this 54 and pass him. But unfortunately, now that we've gotten some free racetrack, I am watching that 54 get smaller out of my front windshield. So coming up on the final couple of laps here, I'm realizing, okay, I've got nothing for this 54, so we're just gonna have to hope for the best. To the final lap of the stage, Gibbs fortunately is not gonna pass anybody else. Ryan Blaney is going to take the first and opening stage here from Kansas Speedway comfortably over the Hendrick trio of Byron, Larson, Elliott, Gibbs in 5th, myself in P6. Well, that means obviously that Ty Gibbs scores 6 points to my 5, so that takes it from a 15-point margin down to 14 points. Every point matters, and Ty Gibbs just gained 1 on us, and now he's got 14 points more to still make up going into this second stage now, as we're all going to pit again for 4 tires and fuel, making another wedge adjustment here as we actually pass Ty Gibbs in the pit. So now we'll be wheel to wheel with this 54 as we kick off the second middle stage here from Kansas Speedway now, as we follow the number 5 of Kyle Larson. 26 laps of racing in the second stage. Ryan Blaney out in front, Connor Zilish behind us. All of the final 4 drivers in the top 6 or 7 right now. I said it, I'm sorry. Nonetheless, up the inside to the 24 of William Byron as we exit turn 2 down the back straightaway now, and the 88 going to settle in behind us. We've had some very interesting teammate dynamics with Connor Zilish this season. Some moments where I've been really frustrated with how he's raced me at times. I felt like he's kind of raced me harder than he's raced any other driver, but obviously, I mean, it's worked out for him clearly. He's gotten himself into the championship 4 alongside myself. I mean, a big feat for a driver that's only in his 3rd full-time season. 3 full-time seasons, 3 different teams. What a story that's been, as Ty Gibbs, what a move, rips through the middle and passes me, completely caught me sleeping right there, and through he goes into the 5th position now. As you can tell, he's here to race and say, hey, I am going to try and take this championship away from you. As we exit turn 4, just barely caught the outside wall with the right rear quarter panel as we come down the front straightaway now, and we are playing chase the 54 at this point now with 24 to go here in stage number 2. Behind us, here comes the 18 of Alex Bowman. 1 season ago, Bowman was making one heck of a charge for the championship at this race right here, and then they got the strategy wrong. And that was all it took for me to, of course, finish off the championship, as Ty Gibbs has gotten to the front of this pack, but Chase Elliott, caution, comes out. One of those yellows where I actually could not find what brought out the yellow. I'm going to guess an engine issue that I just didn't catch. So we're all going to be staying out here and getting ready to go for, well, it looks like it was Justin Haley. So we're going to get ready to go for this restart, though. Nonetheless, he's pitting. I'm not sure if his race is over or not, but this is going to be interesting because this is kind of right on the edge of the fuel window, so Haley might be able to stretch this to the end of stage 2, which would really catch everybody off guard here and maybe change some things up as we get back underway here from Kansas Speedway now. It's going to be 17, yeah, I think the 51 is 17 laps. You can go, I think, 17 to 18 on a fuel tank, full fuel tank. Sorry, there's 16 to go, so that 51 can absolutely make it. And now I realize, okay, without a caution, everybody else is still going to have to pit, and then we're going to be racing to try and get back on the lead lap. So this could completely change the dynamics of this race here now as we sail it off into turn number 3 following the 5 of Larson. Gibbs up here in the top 5, trying to put on the pressure against myself. 14 points is the gap between himself and I starting the second stage, and he has outrun us pretty well all night long so far. As Ryan Blaney is going to actually get up my inside here into turn number 1. We're 3 wide in the middle right there, but Blaney's absolutely flying, as well as Connor Zilish starting to make life a little bit difficult for me in that WeatherTech Cadillac now. And we talked about it earlier, the interesting dynamics we've had between himself and I and as teammates, and it's kind of coming to show again right here. Was actually lean on his door a little bit there on the exit of turn 4, kind of like, hey dude, like, I'm racing for the championship. I know he's in the championship 4 as well, but obviously there's no realistic way for Connor Zilish to win this championship currently now, and now we're under pressure from the 48 of Rajat Karuth, who's got a lot of speed in that overstock Cadillac, as well as all Hendrick cars are looking very quick. So he passes me, but off turn 4 I get a big run on both the 88 and the 48, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go 3 wide to the bottom here just to try and clear this 88 and kind of have him taken care of now as we sail it off up the racetrack into turn 1 to kind of clear that 88 now. And I'm not really too worried about the 48 because I know Karuth is just downright faster, but to my surprise, as he is going to pass us, we actually start to maintain with this 48 here now with less than 10 laps to go in this second stage. So the 48's quick, but not maybe as quick as I had originally thought. As you can see, I mean, we're still following him here on lap 18 within a couple of car lengths. Ty Gibbs currently is up to second position behind Chase Elliott. So you really don't want this situation of where Gibbs is up there in first or second and I'm finishing in 7th or 8th. It's just not the situation I really want to be presented with currently. But Ty Gibbs actually is going to the front here, but eventually would lose the lead very quickly to Ryan Blaney now, as I am to the outside of the 48 as Connor Zilish is back here on the conversation. However, we're 3 wide down the front straightaway with 6 laps to go in stage number 2, and Connor Zilish saying, I am not interested in making life simple for you, as he's going to pass us off into turn number 1. Off turn 2, he's clear for the position now as we look to clear the 48 down the back straightaway, but pit stops kicking off here at the end of lap 21. Everyone pits except for me and my teammate of Connor Zilish, at least up in that top 7 or 8 positions. A lap later, lap 22, both myself and Zilish now going to come in, and we look for 4 tires and feel we are easily going to beat the 88 there. He was really cautious into the pits. We are as well looking at more wedge adjustments here. Went down to 49.3. We'll get 4 Goodyear tires on this car, an adjustment in to loosen it up a little bit further as we continue to try and hang on to this championship now. It's going to be a 15.1 second pit stop. Pitting a lap later than the bulk of the cars is always the right idea. And here we go. Look at this. The 51 of Justin Haley, in fact, is leading. He's going to put us a lap down right here as we roll through 1 and off of turn 2. And Ryan Blaney's currently unlapped himself. So now we're racing to get back on the lead lap. But look at this. We're in front of Kyle Larson. We're in front of Chase Elliott. We're in front of Ty Gibbs now. Gibbs, who had about 4 or 5 positions on me, well, now he's playing catch up with just a few laps to go as we're 3 wide on the inside of Elliott and Kyle Larson on the exit of turn 4. But now we've all got to pass this 51 of Justin Haley to make sure we unlap ourselves. He can make it to the end as here comes the Monster Energy 54. Gibbs absolutely ripping up on the outside. He's going to pass us as we come through 1 and 2 to the back of the 51, but I'm washing up the racetrack, so we have to lift Gibbs through, and now we are continuing to drop to P6. Byron behind us. I know the 24 is quicker as well. He's one of the quickest cars overall here tonight, as Ryan Blaney continues off into the sunset there now, and it's all about how many cars unlap themselves as we approach the final lap of stage number 2, trying to hold off William Byron, and it will happen because the caution comes out, and Gibbs got up to P4. That's 7 points for the 54 and 5 points for myself as Haley wins the stage. Bell is going to be the first one a lap down, and now we're all going to pit, and some drivers are actually, no drivers really are going to take the wave around, surprisingly, outside of maybe 1 or 2 cars, and the reason for the caution is the one of Tyler Reddick now, as he's in the outside wall. So as we go into stage 3, there's only going to be like 10 or so cars on the lead lap here, and Ty Gibbs just scored 7 points to my 5. He's gained an overall of 3 points on the night, which means to start this third and final stage in a really unique scenario, we are 12 points ahead of Ty Gibbs. It all comes down to this moment. It's the final stage. We've got 34 laps of racing. Justin Haley leads. He's slow. He's going to be in the way. But because of that team's decision to pit, of course, I mean, as they should have when they brought out the caution, that allows them to trap 3/4 of the field, basically a lap down, and that's really going to make things interesting. And it helps me because it actually put a few fast cars a lap down, like the 88 of Connor Zillish. The 20 of Christopher Bell is on the lead lap. He got the free pass, but look at this. I mean, through getting past the 51, we have moved ourselves into the 3rd position. A couple other quick cars up here that are now a lap down. The 17 of Busher, the 81 of Jesse Love. They both had speed capable of racing right there with me. That's 2 spots we're now not going to lose. Now we come to lap 63, and you can see the 17 coming to my inside. I'm like, you know what? You can pass me all you want because it's not a position now. So it's Ryan Blaney out in front, Ty Gibbs in P2. We are now suddenly in 3rd position. I expect to fall down the order as Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott. They're going to be coming back forward. William Byron as well, as we sure enough cut to lap 66 at this point, and Kyle Larson, Elliott, Byron, they were all here. So we're dropping down to now 4th, down to 5th. We're probably going to lose 6th to William Byron, maybe 7th to Rajat Karuth. Ty Gibbs in 2nd position, continuing to keep the 23 very close by. Now as we come to lap 67, as we exit turn 2, we drop to P6 behind that Valvoline number 24, and the question is, I mean, how many points can we afford to give up? I mean, if Ty Gibbs wins this race, for example, Ty Gibbs wins this race, well, he is going to get 40 points for that win. 2nd place goes down to 35. So if Ty Gibbs wins this race, I'm just trying to do the math in my head. We at P6, well, you know, 2nd has 35, you go so on and so forth. Basically, I'm going to make it simple. If we finish in the top 8, we're going to be okay. If we finish in 9th, we would tie on points if the 54 wins. And if we finish 10th, we would lose the championship by 1 single point due to the fact that Gibbs would have 40 and he would make up 13 points if I finished in the 10th position. So 9th is what we need for a tie, but Ty Gibbs would win the tiebreaker as well because he would have the best finish of this round, which is a win. So if we finish 8th, if Ty Gibbs wins this race, we will win the championship if we finish 8th or better. Now, if Ty Gibbs finishes 2nd, there's not enough cars on the lead lap for me to lose the championship. So that is another scenario here as well. And actually, I'm not sure because there might be enough cars. We don't know how many cars got the wave around. So I say that we're not 100% sure yet. So as we continue battling with the likes of the 48 here for P6 and P7, we got Busher just behind us now in that number 17, but obviously he is not a threat. We got 18 laps to go, and Ty Gibbs continues in the 2nd position, but now you can see all those guys that pitted earlier that were a lap down, they're now pitting again. We're about to come into the pits as well, and yeah, I mean, actually, I think those might have been all waiver rounds right there, so there's maybe a lot more cars on the lead lap than I had anticipated. Ty Gibbs is into the pits. He is going to be the first of the championship rivals that comes in now. We are going to follow him very shortly at the end of this next lap here, and unfortunately for me, it's a bit different. We're not pitting kind of on our own. No, we're pitting with Blaney. We're pitting with the 24, I believe that is up there, the 5 of Larson, Love, the 48 as well, so not a situation that I wanted to necessarily be in, as we go a little bit further on the wedge for the final pit stop ever in this series. We're going to go full length on this one, why not? As you get the right sides off and on, we'll come back around to the left side. Goodyears come off, Goodyears go on, fresh rubber, ready to go for the final run ever in the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode Series, and we are right here with the 48 and the 24 and the 5 as well. Hendrick Motorsports surrounds us. There goes Gibbs, way ahead. He is going to easily take the lead from Ryan Blaney on the exit of turn number 2 down that back straightaway. So now it's about to get real. Gibbs gets to the lead. The worst case scenario is him winning and we finish in 9th or worse, but now we've currently got ourselves passing the 48. There goes the 9. We drop back down to P5. We know the 48's quicker. We know the 5's quicker. That's going to put us probably down to P7, and if we finish 7th, we're fine. We've got nothing to worry about. We'll win the championship by a few points still at that point now, as we come to just 14 laps of racing to go. Here comes the 48 now of Caruth now, as I'm going to jump back up to the outside. That's where the car's at its best. It's just, yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of speed when we rip the top, so of course there's not really any need for me to change anything up there, as Kyle Larson's looking to our left rear now as we head off into turn number 3. Don't be surprised if he's going to, yeah, he's going to pass us right here, as we've got 200 cars in front, 200 cars right here on our back bumper or to our door as well, trying to make these passes now, as we are just wanting the laps go down further and further. Christopher Bell's quite a ways back there. He's got that free pass. He's got 4 seconds to make up. So as Caruth now shoots to the inside, he passes me. We would drop to 7th, but Bell and Zilish, the next 2 cars for position, are too far back to run us down. So no matter what, right now as it stands, nothing can make us lose this championship as they run. Even with Ty Gibbs winning, we will win the championship still, because we've got just enough points to hang on as we continue to lap 85, and we're still not quite quick enough to get to that 48 and the others, but I'm okay. I am completely content with running P7. It's been 5 wins on the season. I would love to cap off the career mode with 1 more win, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen now, as the gap is growing to the cars behind now, as Ty Gibbs actually loses the lead into turn 1 on lap 86. Less than 10 laps to go. A winless Ryan Blaney fires back to the lead here in the season finale, and that makes things even easier for us to cap off this championship now, as we continue with the final few laps of racing here as we cross the stripe. 6 laps to go. Caution is out in the season finale, and this could be a turning point, because immediately we see the 32 of Corey Day going around, bringing out the caution, and we've got 18 cars on the lead lap, and oh boy, we've got some split strategy. This is make or break right here. Do we pit or do we stay out? This is going to be an interesting one. I see Austin Hill and Christian Eckes staying out. We are going to stay out. This could be the call that either solidifies our championship or chokes it away, but I have to keep in mind how Denny Hamlin lost the 2025 championship in real life. They lost it by trying to cover off everybody else and not just the 5 cars. So I'm going to make a call that keeps me close to the 54. We don't really need to worry about the cars behind us pitting. So as we get ready for this restart, it's 3 laps to go. Now, of course, in a worst case scenario, all those guys that pitted get in between me and Ty Gibbs. They pass me, but they don't pass the 54. We could lose the championship that way, but we just got to stay with the 54, and Gibbs has a poor restart. Ryan Blaney fires off clear on the exit of turn 2 as we head down this back straightaway, and it's a brilliant restart for myself in this Junior Motorsports number 8, and even better, I can jump up to the outside. Coming to 2 laps to go, Blaney jumps up. Now Gibbs to the middle lane. Here comes William Byron to the inside, looking for the lead on the exit of turn 4 down the front straightaway. Now 2 laps to go in the series finale, and the fresh tires are going nowhere. There's cars holding them up, and that's even better for us now, as at this point I think it's pretty solidified. We're about to become a 2-time back-to-back NASCAR Cup Series champion now, as long as nothing goes wrong down this back straightaway. Coming to the final lap of racing here from Kansas now. Byron to the lead over Ryan Blaney. Larson in 3rd. Here comes the number 9 of Chase Elliott in his final race for Hendrick Motorsports as we exit turn 4 right on the back of the 54. 1 lap to go, and here we are side by side with a championship rival, and it's a great feeling because we know we've got this thing kind of sealed up at this point now. And there's not many moments of back-to-back consecutive championships in NASCAR Cup Series history, but we are about to write a new page for ourselves into turn 3. Here comes Chase Elliott as well in his final start for Hendrick. Is he going to steal the win on the final lap as we exit turn 4? It's going to be a drag race to the line. Elliott's going to take it, and we are a back-to-back two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion to finish off the series. Unbelievable. Ty Gibbs ends up 4th over us in P6, and we finish off the series with 2 back-to-back NASCAR Cup Series championships. What a ride it has been. I didn't do a burnout after this one. I kind of just wanted to, it was like one of those like soak in the moments kind of deals, and just like, yeah, we did it. We finished off the series. You know, it took us 5 seasons to finally win one, and it was so frustrating getting to that point, and now we win 2 back-to-back championships there over Ty Gibbs this time, and Ty Gibbs, I mean, he's got nothing to hang his head over, and we become a NASCAR Cup champ one more time to finish off the series. I want to thank you all for the support over these last few years. Honestly, I have no idea how long the series has been going. I think we started it in 2022, 2023, I can't remember, but it's been a few years. And we finish it off in a really good way, and this is not the end of NASCAR Heat 5 on this channel. I've already got another series planned, and I'm going to take a little bit of a break from this game. I mean, like, not even a month probably, and then we'll be kicking off a new career mode, which goes through different eras of NASCAR starting in 2003, and I'm hopeful that's when you guys support as well, but yeah, I mean, only time will tell on that. So thank you all, thank you so much for the support through these years. It's insane to think it's finally come to an end, and now we've got a new series already on the horizon. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.